How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a try that again. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys have not already. If you guys have, thank you guys all for the love and support. Make sure you guys also head over to Twitch. Follow me there at Douglas447. Stream there at least once a week, whether it be for Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, Destiny, or anything else I'm in the mood for, or anything else you guys suggest for me to stream. Most of my streams I will port over from Twitch to YouTube so you guys can watch it. But if you guys want to be in the conversation and be part of the giveaways that I do from time to time on Twitch, make sure you guys go over there and follow me so you guys don't miss out on any of those streams. And this has been a highly requested and a highly anticipated video that you guys have wanted me to do and to make and cover. And so I just finished watching Dark Souls. I just finished playing Dark Souls Remastered. That game is, no pun intended, a living hell nightmare game to play through. Even the remastered version is atrocious. But anyway, that's not the video we're going to be talking about. We're not going to be talking about that game. We're going to be talking about Designated Survivor Season 3! This season is garbage melted in with gold. It is so gold garbage. What the heck did I just watch? How did the show go from about this terrorist organization bombing the Capitol, wiping out everybody in the United States government, and we're dealing with the last key survivor of the United States government and him being the designated survivor and him becoming president? How did we go to this crap? If you guys have seen this season, you guys know exactly what I am talking about. And if you guys haven't, I'm going to dive into this. And fair warning, this is not only a TV show seasonal review, but this is going to be a bit of a rant review. So if my voice and my expressions are a little higher than normal, it's because I wanted Season 3, A Designated Survivor, to be a grand send-off, because this is the last season. We're not getting a Season 4. Sadly. We're not getting a Season 4. This season is supposed to be the conclusion to the show. Not only does it not tie up every conclusional plot that has been established during seasons 1 and 2, but the final episode creates more plots. It creates more subplots. It invites more characters to show up in the 4th season, which we're never going to get. Of course, I will be giving this an overall score, and then because I hate this season so much, literally, you can watch my review. I will tell you what happens in this season. You do not need to buy this on DVD, Blu-ray, nor rent it. You don't even need to watch this season. Yes, Season 2 did end on a cliffhanger. If you guys have watched my Season 1 and Season 2 review, I encourage you guys to check those out. So you guys understand where I'm coming from. I come from a passionate person that loves Kiefer Sutherland. I love his acting. Anything that he is in, I have a blast watching it. I've enjoyed Season 1. I enjoyed Season 2, even a little more than Season 1. But Season 3 is a dumpster fire. What happened? And the fact that Kiefer Sutherland and all the other actors and actresses that were in the first 2 seasons that come back and reprise their roles for their characters in this show for this last season, I felt like, even though they were giving it their all, I think in the back of their mind, and at least for me, I can tell that they were doing it to just end the show, get it over with, do one more season to end the subplots. But then, because this is on Netflix, and it's a streaming service now, they set up the foundational work for a Season 4. But the ratings and the views for this final season were a travesty. And I don't blame the fact that they didn't get a lot of good reviews and a lot of good ratings, and people didn't care about finishing the rest of this season or show, because this season is crap. I'm sorry, there's no other way to express the hate and the frustration I have with Season 3. Season 3 is bad. Season 1, I gave an 8.5. Season 2, I gave a 9. Originally, Season 3 was supposed to be exclusively on Netflix. But finally, after the long wait, you can get this on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't encourage it whatsoever. This is supposed to be the final season, and I am extremely frustrated and disappointed. And this is coming from, like I said, someone that has a passion for what Kiefer Sutherland does. And I had a passion watching season 1 and 2 when it would air on ABC. Season 1 was a lot of FBI hunting, while also remaking and restructuring the government and getting people back into power to make things back to the way they were supposed to be before the attack on the Capitol. The season ended with the hunt of the bombers quickly with season 2. We had the hunt of who bombed the Capitol, and the show became a bit of a political drama. And we had more things about NATO and how governments have to make tough decisions. Season 3, first of all, they literally more than cut the episode count in half. Season 1 and 2 had something like 21, 22 episodes. Season 3, you literally can count it on your fingers. 10. This season has 10 episodes. Now again, it's the last season, and it's Netflix. ABC ended up scrapping and cutting off from doing any more Designated Survivor, and so Netflix picked it up, and now Netflix has let go of it. And in these 10 episodes that we get a focusing on campaigning for re-election, more political debates, funding and political things to get money, false news, and we get biological warfare. Biological warfare we get in this. We've gone from bombing to NATO to biological warfare. When I was watching this show, I felt like I was watching season 3 of 24, not like I was watching Designated Survivor season 3. So if you see in season 3 of 24, think everything worst possible when it comes to the show of 24, and that's what you get is Designated Survivor season 3. This season focuses mostly on the biological warfare and Kirkman running for re-election. That is it. That is the only two things that you really need to be aware of. All the other subplots that are in this season, except for one that kind of made me cry towards the end, they're all bad. They don't need to exist. It's just filler content. It's just fluff to make it where the episodes have an actual 40 to 45 minute runtime. It's also odd that if you end up picking this up on disc, while you're watching it, it immediately supports the Netflix, like you get the whole Netflix logo. But at the end, it gives credit to ABC. Literally, it says so right here. ABC. It's still here, ABC. And it's even on the back of the cover, okay? I'm just like, I thought Netflix did season 3, so it's kind of weird, the credits situation. Also, there is a possibility that when you do plop this into your player of choice, that it will auto-generate subtitles. So when I was watching it, I had to go into menu settings and deactivate it. I don't know why it had it where it was just auto-generated, so do keep that in mind. I love the scene in the show. I'm going to talk about some positives for once for the first 9 minutes of this review. I love the scene where President Kirkman tells the government that he has established they are not doing their jobs, and you are the reason why the system is breaking down and why people in today's society do not trust the United States government. And I like that. There is a time jump between the end of season 2 and the end of season 2 and the beginning of season 3. And it's really odd. They're just like, hey, new characters. Hey, by this way, this person quit their job like 2 months ago. So there's a bunch of stuff that they just expect you to catch up on. And it really does kind of a bad job explaining it. And you just have to go along with where people are. Like, the jump from the end of season 2 to the beginning of season 3 is weird. The transition, like, I can understand having a time jump, but they don't explain things properly well enough so you understand why people aren't where they were at the end of season 2. Season 3 ties up most of the loose ends that season 2 had with its cliffhanger, with the FBI hunt to figure out who bombed the Capitol and escaped it, and all that is concluded. They did a good job concluding all that stuff. Bravo. It was really cool to see characters along with some new characters, especially like Harper, Seth, Emily, Aaron. President Mouse returns and he runs up and he's trying to run against Kirkman so he can be president again. I thought that was really cool. The show also, in like 3 or 4 episodes, reminds us of Kirkman's wife and her death in the past couple seasons, so that was really great. Miss Wells, let's talk about the actual FBI person that is like the new, 24 Hunter agent that is doing this, trying to figure out the biological warfare problem. Because the whole bombing of the Capitol thing, that gets concluded within the first 2-3 episodes. So they make it where we need to come up with a new threat, so we have the biological warfare thing. Well, Miss Wells is sadly terminated from the FBI immediately after she figures out who bombed the Capitol, and all those plot lines are tied up. She literally gets terminated by the FBI because how she went about doing it was wrong. Because she kills some people that are Secret Service for the British, and so they have to terminate her so they can keep relations. And I'm just like, but they were part of the terrorist organization. I don't care if they were part of the British Secret Service. They were part of the group that attacked the United States. But they don't care. So the FBI ends up firing her and terminating her. And so she literally walks out of the FBI building, and there's this agent high up that works for the CIA, and she gets recruited by the CIA. Miss Wells, Hannah Wells, gets recruited by the CIA the moment she gets terminated by the FBI. I'm just like, well, that was just convenient. And why was this person just hanging out waiting for them for this? Very convenient. Next, let's talk about a couple things that drove me nuts. I think I'm pretty much almost done with positives. I think there's one more thing I want to talk about positive-wise. But other than that, I'm going to jump back into the deep end of the negatives. This show has a gay couple in it. No, I'm not joking. There is a gay couple in this show. It adds nothing to plot. It added nothing to characters. They literally focus on it for 3 episodes. And then the show completely forgets that it even existed. Why? I'm going to move on from that. Kirkman also apparently, out of the blue, now has a transgender sister-in-law. And to be honest, she actually made me sick while watching the show. Not only did she not add anything to plots or characters or motivations or threat levels of any sort, she's just there. I can't believe I'm having to say she. It added nothing. And it made me sick seeing this character. Back to the gay thing, I'm sorry. Episode 4 has 2 gay men making out. It's literally almost at the very beginning of episode 4. So if you do watch it, I highly encourage you to skip the first 2-3 minutes or so you don't have to see this. They literally are making out. And it comes out of nowhere. It adds nothing to plot nor characters. I don't care if you're for or against the gay stuff or the transgender stuff that is happening in today's society. I don't care if you're for or against it. My statement will remain. You putting that into movies and shows and other forms of media adds no value to that product. It doesn't add anything to the plot. It doesn't add anything to the characters. It doesn't add anything to the motivations. It doesn't move the flow of what you're watching or what you're being a part of, what you're participating in. It doesn't move it forward. If anything, it makes it come to a screeching halt because it is still such a hot topic. It is still religiously and a politically heated thing. And I don't care if you're for or against it. I'm watching this and reviewing it as a critic. And I don't care. It doesn't add anything to plot or characters. So, please, remove these things. And it actually might improve the show. It would force people to have to get creative with plot and characters. But, we don't get that anymore. Moving on. Agent Wells is killed lazily. Let's talk about the fact that they kill Agent Hannah Wells in Season 3. Why? The rating for killing her character off is lazy. Not only am I mad that they killed her character off, I'm more mad of how they did it. Like, I don't think I'd be so mad that they killed her character off. Like, I get it's supposed to be the last season, technically. And that her purpose in being in the show basically has come to a conclusion. Her whole character arc was to figure out who bombed the Capitol. Well, that finished up the beginning of Season 2. So her character throughout the rest of Season 2 and in Season 3 kind of didn't have anything much to do. So I can understand them killing her off. I didn't like that they did it. But they kill her off by her getting trapped in a warehouse, and the bad guy that's developing the biological warfare bombs traps her in the warehouse where he's making it, escapes, locks everything up, and unleashes toxic nerve gas. Agent Hannah Wells gets killed by toxic nerve gas. She doesn't go out in a blaze of glory sacrificing her life for somebody. She doesn't try and die to save the president from a plane that's going to hit the White House or something. She doesn't go out in a quote-unquote blaze of glory. And I really wish this character that I have a passion for, and I really enjoyed her character arc and what she was doing. She didn't care about the red tape and whatnot. She had a job to do, and she was going to accomplish it. And if you weren't on her side, then you were in her way, and she was going to remove you. She just didn't die in any sort of meaningful way. She didn't die gloriously. Like, yeah, because she died and how she died and where she died, she does get out the information that is required to hunt down the mastermind behind the biological warfare. And even when they find out who it is and find where he is, they take him down so easily. It's a joke. I'm like, okay, that was a really easy setup. Like, it just, and the ending. I didn't like the whole Agent Wells hunting down this biological threat. It felt really forced and like, okay, you're stretching this character. And then they kill her off in a bad way. Let's talk about the moment in the season where I cried. There is a gut-wrenching moment when Emily kills her mom. And the reason that Emily kills her mom is the mom character is slowly dying of cancer. And Emily's mom asks Emily to drug her to death. She asks Emily for an overdose because she is in such pain and she doesn't want to wait for it to come. She knows she's going to die. The doctors can't do anything. She's got a couple months left. So Emily literally overdoses her mom and kills her to spare her the pain and the agony of what's to come. And I'll be honest, I cried. I have seen friends, really close friends, and some of them I would consider family, die slowly. I have had a really close friend that died from ALS. And this moment in the show in episode 9 is really good. I encourage you guys to watch it. Bring a box of tissues. But sorry, just me talking about it cracks me up in a sad way. I cried in this moment, watching the acting and the emotion. It grips you, it pulls you in, and you're just like, wow. And I wish that the show had more moments like that, especially here in the last season. Because it doesn't last too long, and it doesn't linger, and it doesn't really stay with this gut-wrenching moment for too long, and I kind of wish it had a little more. And I also felt like this would have been a great conclusion of a subplot that would play into a larger part of the show, and then sadly it doesn't. Last couple things. Kirkman does end up winning the election, yet he did so by becoming a politician, which he didn't want to. He gets his hands dirty, and he has dirt on Ross, and he exposes some of it, but doesn't expose the whole truth. The season ends up tying up most of the loose ends from the past 2 seasons, but like I said earlier, it ends up creating a lot more, which I don't think it really needed to. And overall, season 3, it's a really big disappointment. And it proves that the show should have just had 1 season. It should have been the season 1 miniseries. I honestly, guys, cannot recommend watching season 3. I literally have told you the highlights, what you need to know. President Kirkman does get reelected. He gets his hands dirty. Characters do die. A lot of characters come back and they're just filler because they're trying to help Kirkman win. So Kirkman does become officially, by election, not by designated survivor, he ends up getting another term in office as the first independent president. So, guys, I'm going to do something really different because I have told you exactly what's going to happen, and I really highly encourage you guys not to buy this. Literally, I have told you what happens in this show. I can't stress enough how season 1 and 2 are awesome. And I'm going to have to give Designated Survivor from 2020, season 3, the final season, a 2 out of 10. There were some good moments in the show. But as far as it being the last season, I am extremely disappointed. And I'm going to do something that normally I do off camera and off screen. Because I know exactly what happened, if I ever decide to rewatch season 1 and 2, just for fun's sake, season 3 literally is not going to be here in my collection. So I'm going to lower the camera down a little bit. And I'm going to take this out. By the way, the review is over. But this is how much I hate season 3. You guys ready? Here's disc 1. If I can break it, I will. There you go. Disc 2. There you go. Broken. Let's go. And the last disc, season 3, disc 3. Broken. There you go. Don't buy this. I can't stress that enough. Guys, I haven't had to do that to a full season in a long time. Don't buy this. 2 out of 10. Bye, guys. I can't wait for the comment section to explode with what I just did to my discs. Bye, guys.